In a ruined city of Ashen, where the only company was the ghosts of the past, walked a lone soldier. His name was Kai. Once a hero, now a forgotten memory. He wandered through the desolate streets, the silence broken only by the crunch of ash and dust beneath his boots. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Hope had withered like a dying ember, but still he searched, hoping to find someone. Anyone who had survived the catastrophe that had befallen Ashen, but there was no one, or so he thought. One day, while sifting through the rubble, he heard a faint sound, a small cough, the sound of a tiny fist hitting the concrete. And then he saw her, a little girl, no older than 5, hiding beneath some rubble. She was scared, hungry, alone, her eyes wide with terror. Without hesitation, he went to her, knelt down, and gently asked, "Are you hurt?" The girl shook her head, too afraid to speak. Seeing her bony frame, he knew she hadn't eaten in days. Quickly, he opened his last ration pack, a small smile touching his lips. It wasn't much, but it was enough. "Here, eat," he said softly, offering her some water. The girl looked at him, then at the food, her gaze filled with gratitude. As she ate, he watched, his heart aching at the sight of her frail body slowly regaining some of her lost weight. When she had enough strength, he helped her out from under the rubble. And the two of them, the forgotten soldier and the lost child, they walked together through the ruins. Ashen was once a thriving city, a place filled with life, laughter, and love. But now it was a tomb, a silent witness to a tragedy that had befallen the earth. But as they walked, the girl stopped, her eyes wide with wonder as she looked up at the endless expanse of the sky. "What's that?" she whispered, pointing to a flock of birds flying overhead. He looked in the direction she was pointing, a faint smile gracing his lips. "That," he said softly, "is hope. It's a reminder that, even in the darkest of times, life finds a way to endure." Suddenly, the peaceful moment was shattered. The whirring of drone blades cut through the air. The girl froze, her eyes filled with terror as the menacing machines approached. Without hesitation, Kai stepped in front of her, his hand hovering over the gun at his side. "Run," he whispered urgently, his voice echoing with the grim determination of a soldier who had seen too much war. The girl hesitated for a moment, then turned and fled, her small feet pounding on the pavement as she raced away from the danger that loomed behind her. Kai stood his ground, his silhouette a dark shadow against the fading light. He raised his gun, his eyes fixed on the approaching drones, ready to make one last stand, not just for himself, but for the hope that the little girl represented. Ashen may have fallen, but the spirit of humanity, like a phoenix, would rise again.